everybody. My name's Brent Adams. I'm a trainer with CoreLogic, and we are here to tell you at the Realtors Association of Martin County exactly how to use ePropertyWatch today. So I'm going to start with a quick PowerPoint. Here, I'll turn off my video at the moment, and let me turn that off. There we are. And we'll just run through this quick PowerPoint, let you know a little bit about ePropertyWatch, what it can do for you, and then I'll tell you how to get started with it and get signed up with it as well. So sit back, relax, and enjoy watching ePropertyWatch. All right, here, actually, let me double up that. I think you're probably looking at the presenter mode. So let me duplicate that slideshow. There we go. All right, so ePropertyWatch. Basically, it's home and neighborhood insights, as you can see on this first slide, that consumers crave. The big thing about buying a home is, again, it's the #1 purchase that most people are going to make in their lives. And they love getting information about their homes and about their neighborhoods. It's where they live, maybe for their entire lives, raise their families. And again, it's your #1 asset. So again, the top 20 online real estate portals probably get about 175 million unique visitors each month. You know which portals I'm probably talking about. But one of the biggest draws with these portals is getting information about your house, about your neighborhood. What do you do when you go out to these websites? You look at what's happening with your property. How much is my house worth? Did it go up this week? Did it go down last month? All information that you're interested in knowing, again, that you're going to get on these national portals. Now, another thing is about 80% of homeowners don't use the same agent the next time they need the services of a realtor because they haven't kept in touch. So after you sell someone's home or help someone purchase a home, that's kind of where your job is very much done. And you may not have reason to keep in touch with those people afterwards. So again, brokers and agents, you're looking for ways to compete with the national portals. And you also want to attract more clients and retain the clients that you've had in the past too. And that's where ePropertyWatch comes in. So what ePropertyWatch is it's basically an email drip campaign. It can be monthly, as you see on that first bullet point, but you can set those intervals when you send these emails out, either a little bit more frequently or less frequently than that. And it's going to give the consumers, people who you've worked with, information on their current home value, what the equity is in their property, the pricing trends, what's been going on in their neighborhood with sales, foreclosures, and building permits. A lot of these are leading indicators for, trends that are about to, come up in your neighborhood. The other thing you'll notice over here on the right-hand side is we've also got, again, these emails that are going to go out. This is basically what they're going to look like. And just so you know, again, it's going to be a personalized data experience for each customer. I'm going to show you how you can also import your contacts from other sources if you want to. And then, of course, your emails are going to be branded with your information as well. So it's going to be your information that's in these emails. You're going to be the one right up there at the very top who these folks are looking to contact after you send them emails, about the value of their house and what's going on in their neighborhood. Here's a great little attaboy we got there, a nice little statement. Everyone gets bank statements. And that's really what ePropertyWatch is. It's your bank statement for your house. And that's what really helps, agents understand the benefits of the product. Sorry, I just had to admit a couple people from the waiting room there. Just did that and took care of that for a moment. So sorry for that pause there. The other thing to know about the data that we're providing within these emails, those automated valuations, all of this is powered by CoreLogic data. So again, you're used to using Matrix, you're used to using Realist. Now we've got ePropertyWatch for you as well, among other different products that you use from CoreLogic. But if you know a little bit about CoreLogic, we've got all the data, 100 million different residential tax parcels. That's going to be property details, tax assessments, building permits, all your transactions. We've got historical AVMs, and we'll also show you a forecast for where we think those AVMs are going to go to. Another thing that you don't find in many places is we've got those mortgage records. So you're going to see different interest rates. You're going to see the profile of potential buyers as well. We incorporate your listing data too. We've got information about foreclosures that we include in ePropertyWatch, neighborhood sales trends. We're even going to show you IRS data. So all kinds of information that are going to really let you have your finger on the pulse of the real estate market in your area, and show your clients that you know what's going on there. Just a quick little kind of slide. It's a lot to talk about here on this slide about our estimated property values. You can look at the stats here, how many AVMs we provide, who we provide them to, all the patents that we have on valuation model, the different teams that we have, economists, modelers, appraisers that all create these AVMs. So all this is letting you know, again, what goes into us creating these AVMs, how much work we put into it, and how seriously we take it. But I want you to pay attention to that last bullet point down there at the very bottom, because as many people as we have working on these AVMs, you're the local expert in the area. You're the one with their boots on the ground. You're the one watching what these properties sell for and what they don't sell for. So what we do is we give you the ability to adjust and make notes on these properties' estimated values too. We even allow the homeowners to do that too in the interface that I'll show you that they get to once they click on some of the emails that you send to them. So again, they're going to get a personalized property report. Now, it is a responsive design, so it's going to work on any single different screen you may have. There is no ePropertyWatch app. It is a web-based system. But of course, if you're viewing it on a phone, or if you're viewing it on a tablet, or if you're viewing it on a PC or a laptop, you're going to be able to see all the same information that you'd be able to see on any different size screen. So this is effectively what your clients would see, the value of their home, and all these different tabs that will work across so that they can see a little bit more about the information about their property and the neighborhood surrounding their properties too. We're going to show you comparable properties so you can actually have context to some of these value estimates. We'll show you nearby properties, what they sold for recently, what they might sell for in the future. And it really it's going to educate, a future home seller with real market examples of what's been going on in their neighborhood too. There is a neighborhood explorer I will also show you. So there's a nice little map that clients with whom you share these emails will be able to access, and they'll be able very quickly to see what's going on around them. Has there been a property that sold recently? Has there a property that was put up for rent lease recently? Is there a lien that's been placed against any properties? All this information will be available to them as they scroll through not only information about their property, but surrounding properties around the neighborhood too, so you can find out that information. So again, what are the benefits? Why should you use ePropertyWatch? Again, first of all, it's an automated drip marketing platform. It never sleeps. You might sleep, but ePropertyWatch won't sleep on you. It's always interesting. People look forward to receiving these emails. They're not getting an email that tells them about some other home that they might be interested in. They're getting information on the home that they want to know about. And that's the home that they live in. What's the value of my home? What's the value of my second home? What's the value of the home that maybe I'm considering purchasing or selling in the near future? Again, it's a value-added service. You are the market expert. All your branding is going to be first and foremost right up there on the emails, so you remain front and center. So again, if you've worked with a homeowner in the past, you're sending them these emails periodically, they're going to remember your name next time they need your services. I'm going to show you in a minute here how you can monitor who's using it, who's staying engaged with it. And again, it's completely free. Now, there are some premium versions of it, I will point out, where you can get a couple extra tools. You can get some extra accounts that you can provide if you're a broker. And also you can get more clients in there if you want to. And those are available for a small fee. But honestly, the basic service is completely free. Right, so with that said, let me get off my PowerPoint here. And we're going to start here on your matrix dashboard, number one. So right here on your matrix dashboard, I am going to point out that down here a little bit lower, we've got something under external links that says ePropertyWatch. Something else that we also have is a little widget up here called ePropertyWatch. Now, you might not be seeing some of these external links or some of these ePropertyWatch widgets. If that's an issue, sometimes you inadvertently close these. When you do close them, or even you roll them up, watch what happens when I roll that up. That ePropertyWatch kind of goes away. It's not clickable anymore, but you can roll that back out. Also, what I'll point out is if you close them out with the X there, they do go away. But what happens is they end up coming back in this additional widget. See how ePropertyWatch shows up down there? So I can click and drag that out and bring it back and, drag it to wherever I want to. I will point out one thing as well that I just noticed about this recently is that if you click on this ePropertyWatch dashboard, or if you click on ePropertyWatch down here at the bottom, they don't happen to go anywhere. It's actually just given me a blank page right now. We've reported this. I just noticed this morning. So that's something that doesn't happen to be working for me. But what I do want to point out is what you can do is you can actually go to ePropertyWatch.com itself. So let me see. Actually, I think sometimes I sign myself out here. Nope, this is my ePropertyWatch dashboard. But again, if you haven't created an account for ePropertyWatch yet, if you haven't signed up for it as a realtor, what you can do is you can go again to the ePropertyWatch.com website. There it is. It's just ePropertyWatch.com. This is where normally, again, if you've already created an account, if you've used ePropertyWatch before, you can log in here. But what I do want to point out is down here at the bottom, again, in the meantime, while those links are broken and we get those fixed, you've got the ability to click on free trial, sign up now. So you can click on that. And what you'll need to do is you do need to come over here to this dropdown, number one. And when you come over to this dropdown, go out to your state, so FL, and then you will also find the Realtors Association of Martin County. So go ahead and click on that, and you can see your single agent completely free. As I mentioned, there are some extra features that we'll get into when you can create your own teams. And again, you can get up more clients and you can use some of our social media and website widgets. I'll give you a little bit more information about those things in a minute. Let me see if I can actually get you that sample page. There it is. I can bring that up for you, and I'll show you more about that in just a moment. But again, if you want that free service, you can go ahead and click on Get Started, and you can sign up for ePropertyWatch right there. Let me also just take that little link right there, and I'm going to put it over here because I'm going to continue to do my demo for you, but I want to kind of come back to this little widget here that we'll show you more about in just a minute. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I've kind of showed you how to get to ePropertyWatch, how to sign up for ePropertyWatch. Again, you can do it right here from your Matrix dashboard, or don't forget, go to ePropertyWatch.com. So we'll get these links fixed for you soon, but in the meantime, ePropertyWatch.com should allow you to create that account. But what's going to end up happening is you're going to end up on the dashboard here in ePropertyWatch once you get signed up and once you get your account all set up. Now you can see I've been using ePropertyWatch for a while. I've got all kinds of information, and that's what this dashboard is designed to let you know what you've been doing with ePropertyWatch recently. Here are all the people that I've recently invited to use ePropertyWatch, because again, ePropertyWatch is an invite service. You're going to want to get your clients here into ePropertyWatch, and you're going to want to send them information about a particular property. You're going to need to send them an email. But before we start doing that, what I want to go over first is some of your branding and some of your settings information. So I know I've already got some clients in here, and I'll show you how to import them in just a minute and get them in here and start inviting people into the service. But remember, you're going to, again, import these clients in. You're going to be sending them emails. You're going to want to make sure some things are set here under your settings and make sure that you've got your branding all set the way you want it to. So I'm going to click on the settings section up here at the top. And as I click on settings, you can see, first of all, I am subscribed to the Agent Basic service. And oops, I scrolled down a little too far. But under basic information, you're going to want to make sure you've got your name right. Do you have any designations? You want to put in lead broker or anything else you want to. What's your title? You can feel free to put that in there too, but it's not mandatory. You do need to put in your office name. That's just a made-up office name I put in there, Best Real Estate Team. And I've got a tagline. It says, helping make your home dreams come true. So you can put yours in there too. If you've got a website that you want to direct people to within those emails that you're going to be sending them, you can put that website URL in here. You can even put your agent ID in if you want to as well. And then don't forget your contact information. So your name, your email address, put in your address, put in your phone number. And of course, you can also put in a photo and a logo for yourself too. Very easy to put in a photo or a logo. Of course, they need to live somewhere on the device that you're accessing ePropertyWatch from right now. So again, if I want to click on choose file, just going to open up a folder where you can go to my photos or things like that. Here's some pictures, and I can upload any sort of, different photos that I want to. Those are some family photos, but if you got a headshot, you can put them in there too if you'd like to. Same thing with the logo. I've just got my generic CoreLogic logo in there, but if you've got a logo that you like to use, you can feel free to put that in there as well. Also, scrolling down a little bit lower, you can also display an equal opportunity housing logo in your emails. That's what that logo looks like right there. And lastly, under preferences, yes, I want free leads. Who doesn't want free leads? And let me sponsor homeowners in my area. So there are ways where people can get to ePropertyWatch without the benefit of having been invited in, to the service by their realtor. So if that occurs and there's someone who, again, signs up for ePropertyWatch but has not been invited by a realtor, you can be randomly assigned a lead in your area. If it's someone that's in the Martin County area and they've signed up and they're not associated with a realtor, you may potentially get that free lead. So be sure to check that down there at the very bottom. Also, you notice I set up my branding, I set up my name, I've got my email address, my photo, my logo. If you'd like to preview it and see what it's going to look like, you can click on preview branding right here. And again, the content of your email will be here. Here's my tagline I just mentioned. Here's my website that I wanted to take people out to. Here's my contact me button, my email address, my phone number, and that logo. So that's how it's all going to look when you send out emails to people. So that's really what I want you to set up. Most importantly here under profile is all your branding. Because again, you'll be sending emails out to people. You want to make sure they know who they're getting them from. Now, next I'll move down to notifications. There are different types of emails and different frequencies at which you can send out those emails to. Number one, if you want to know what's been going on with ePropertyWatch, what's been happening with the recent activity, we will allow you to check this box here, and you can get an email saying, this is what your different clients have done. They've clicked on these emails, they've opened those emails, they've clicked through to that email. You'll be able to see what your clients and how your clients have interacted with ePropertyWatch for you. The other important one is default email frequency for clients. So as I mentioned in that first PowerPoint slide, it can be a monthly service every 4 weeks. If it's someone you want to send out emails more often to, every 2 weeks. Maybe that's a little too often. Maybe you don't want to bother your clients too much. You can set it to every 3 months as well. So these are all different intervals at which you can send out these emails that are going to give clients information about the property that they subscribe to. You can also be notified by email when a client has been invited by a friend. I'll show you where to do that in a minute. When a client signs up using the widget, that kind of goes into, again, some of these marketing tools that we're about to get to in just a moment. And then also if a client deletes a property as well, that's something you might want to know. It's a property they're not interested in anymore. That might be a good reason for you to reach out and find out why they're not interested in finding information about that property anymore. The other thing to know about the templates is they are pretty basic, the client invitation and the subscription summary, but you do have the ability to edit these email templates if you want to. So for example, the client invitation, that'll come up in just a minute. There you go. You can see, hey, dear consumer first name, your neighborhood activity list, the confirm button. My free monthly newsletter contains insights about your neighborhood and the many factors that affect the value of your home. So really, it's explaining what the ePropertyWatch service is. But if you'd like to change any of this text, feel free. The only thing you'll notice is a lot of these basically effectively mail merge fields, sponsor name, sponsor designation, sponsor phone, sponsor email. That's all your email, your name, your phone number. If you change these templates, just be aware you can hover over this little question mark over here. And those are all the different basically mail merge fields that we're going to use. Just make sure you kind of bracket them the way they need to be bracketed and put the text in there the way it needs to be formatted. And that way, once you get these email templates set, your information and all populate in there into that client invitation email if you want to. Otherwise, really, it's just bold italic. There's not much else to do here except, again, just format your text if you want to. Same thing here for subscription summary. So these are the ongoing emails that they get. There's not much to change here, except your signature down here at the bottom. Please contact me if you have any questions. Best regards. So just other ways that you can change these email templates. All right, let me also, before I get to the marketing tools, go into information about your account. Clicking anywhere will get you into the account information. So as I mentioned, you're always going to want to come down here and select your state. So in this case, we've got Florida, and then there's the Realtors Association of Martin County. And that'll give you the pricing structure for your MLS. So as I mentioned, the agent basic service allows you 2,500 clients. So you could be sending out this email campaign to 2,500 different clients with this free service. Where we start moving up a little bit is you can do the agent plus the marketing tools. That also increases your client limit to 5,000. And it gives you the social media link in the widget, which I'll get more to in just about a second. Now, there are also broker services. So now you can pay a little bit more. And as a broker, you can provide 5 agents with a free service, or 10, or 25 agents with that free service. And you can also have up to 25,000 clients in there. So again, just showing you the different levels. If you want to know what plan is right for you, I'm not going to go through each and every one of them in detail, but there is which plan is right for me, which opens up a PDF and really does explain, it will here in just a second, really does explain everything you need to know about what these pricing plans give you, the sponsor free accounts, the marketing tools, and the client limit. And there's a little Q&A section in here too. So if you have any questions, if you want to upgrade and you want to know what you're going to be getting with those upgrades, go ahead and click on which plan is right for me right down there. And of course, if you are done with ePropertyWatch, don't want to use it anymore, you can also delete your account down here at the bottom. Okay, so we talked about these marketing tools and how they come along with some of the services that you can pay for. And those two marketing tools are the social media link and the widget. So two things. First of all, if I were signed up using the advanced service, these would actually look a little bit different. I would actually have a link, a URL here that I could copy and paste and put into, for example, my Facebook page. And when someone clicked on this link, where they would end up is that landing page I was showing. So this is really where that link, that social media link, will end up taking you. So again, you got your contact information up here at the very top. It's got a nice little animation here telling you, here's what's going on with houses. Lets people kind of get an idea as to what ePropertyWatch is. We again explain to them what ePropertyWatch is. It's about you, your home value, your neighbors, and much more. They've got a little video they can watch here if they want to. And then down here at the bottom, this is how they sign up for their free report. They put in their first name, their last name, their email address, and the property that they're interested in, and they'll start subscribing to that service. So that's how that social media link works. It really is just sort of a passive way to get more leads. Again, put that on your Facebook page, your Twitter page, your Instagram page, and you'll be able to, again, get people clicking on that. Additionally, there is also a widget. Now, many of you may have your own websites under your own control. And again, if I were to sign up or upgrade my account to one of the services that provided this widget and this social media link, rather than seeing a URL down here, I would actually see HTML code that I can actually paste into a website. And when I paste that HTML code into the website, the widget looks just like this. It's just going to put that widget into your website. Hey, first name, last name, email address, property address. If someone makes it to your website and they want to get an ePropertyWatch, subscription information about their home, they can go ahead and they can click on that sample widget or on that widget if they want to as well. So again, those are all the things I want you to do the first time you get into ePropertyWatch. Check out the settings section because again, it'll have an effect on how often you send your emails and what they're going to look like when they go out. All right, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go into clients. And many of you will probably have not seen, probably don't have any clients in there yet. I've got a bunch, as you can see. I've been demoing this product for, 7 or 8 years. As you can see, I've got some people I signed up in 2017. Quickly at a glance, you'll be able to see if someone has activated their account, if they confirmed their account. These are all people in green that I've sent an invite to. And they've clicked on the links within those emails and said, yes, I do want to find more information about this property. Now, Jane and John here, who I sent out emails to recently, have not clicked on the links within those emails. So those are just things that you can understand kind of at a glance here on your clients page. People who have confirmed to be in the service, people who have not yet confirmed to be in the service yet. You can also see their names, their email addresses. Again, you're the agent they're assigned to, how many properties they have associated with their account, when they were confirmed, and how active they are too. So you can see, one of the things that I've done, and you'll hear me kind of go back to this a little bit. One of the first things I do, I keep mentioning about emails going out with your photo and your logo. One of the things I mention is always set yourself up as a fake client, a dummy client. Use a different email address than what you used to sign up for ePropertyWatch. And then go ahead and start sending yourself emails about your own house. See how frequently they come. See what they look like when they come. See what happens when you click on different buttons within them. It's just a way where you can understand exactly what your clients are getting. So when your clients say, hey, I got this weird email from you about my house. Am I supposed to click on it? You can tell them exactly what to do, where it's going to take them, and how they can use that service to their benefit. Other basic things to know about the clients, you can always search for them. If you've got pages of clients, you can search here. You can export them. So if you want to export clients, we actually give you specific export rules here. You can export all of them, or people who haven't been working with you recently, or people who have been working with you recently, people who have confirmed, people who haven't confirmed. So that's very easy to export these people into a CSV file. You can also delete people too. If you've got a lot of clients in here and they haven't opened an email from you in over a year, maybe you're ready to get rid of them. So you can delete those as well. But the big reason I came here is because I want to point out that you can add new clients here. Number one, you can click on new. All we need is a first name, a last name, an email address, and of course, every client needs to have a property that they're subscribed to. Now, the other thing to know is it'll always need to autocomplete. So if I start putting information in about an address and I don't get this drop down here at the bottom, I don't get one of these ability to select one of these properties, then that's not an address that we're going to be able to find information on. It's not an address that we're going to be able to give you an AVM on. We're not finding the address. So it does need to auto complete in order for you to have a valid address in there. And as you can see, there's a lot of 1, 2, 3 mains all over the place. But I'm not going to add someone quite yet right here from this little spot. But what I will point out is there's another way to get your clients in here too. And that is to also import them. So many of you may use a CRM tool. Maybe potentially you've got clients in Top Producer. Maybe you've got them in Matrix. You can export them from Matrix into a CSV file. So when I say CSV file, I mean comma separated values. Here is a sample file that I'm about to import. First name, last name, email, street address, city, state, and zip. So I've got all the information I need to get someone imported. So this is basically, the source file that you would need to import from. Again, very easy for you to export information into sort of this format from a Top Producer or again, from a Matrix, and you can get them into these Excel formats. But pay attention to that spreadsheet, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to import that client from this spreadsheet. So I'm going to go ahead and click on import from. I'm going to go to import from CSV file. I'm going to choose my file. It's down there on my desktop somewhere, I believe. So I'll have to navigate down to it. And I think it is my CSV format example. And as I import it, you're going to need to do a little sort of field mapping, I should say. Make sure the first name in the spreadsheet is going to the first name in ePropertyWatch. Make sure the last name in the spreadsheet is going to last name. Make sure all these match is basically what you want to make sure of. Street address goes to street address. Everything looks to be going to the right place. This looks good to me. I'm going to hit import. So I've now imported this client into ePropertyWatch. However, he is not yet subscribed into my service yet. So I do need to check his name and click on send invitation. And it's looking like it's about to send, and there it goes. One invitation has been sent. So what is my client going to see? So I have been, up until this point, really operating as you, the agent, playing with your settings, getting your branding right, getting your clients imported or input into ePropertyWatch. What I'm going to do now is, just for a second, I'm going to pretend to be a client. So I'm going to go into my client's email. We're going to go into that email I just set up. Oh, it's not coming in there. EPW demo. I could have sworn I had his right email. Let me just double check that. And we'll go into my clients real quick. And I will double check. EPW demo 2 at mailinator.com. I could have sworn I put that in there, right? EPW demo 2. Yeah, it's not showing up there. All right, well, I will double check that. This is a Mailinator client. Sometimes they don't always get the emails that I want to send them. Let me see. I also might be able to maybe resend another one to someone too. Let me see if I can go into Jane here, for example. She's one I have sent one to before, but I'll go into the details for her, and perhaps I can resend the invite to her. For right now, I'll just leave her. All right. At any rate, sorry for that misfire there on the emails. However, what will happen here is Bill will have, again, been sent an email. And what it'll end up looking like, I think I can actually find one from the last demo I was doing. I think I deleted it. Let me see if I can find it. I think it came in from Keith. But this is effectively what that email will look like. So sorry. This is what that email will look like, that initial invite email. Hey, the value of your property is increasing. According to our experts, your home is worth about $806,000, up 7.7% over the last year. And if you want to know more, you can go ahead and click right here and find out more about your property, again, as a client. Also, again, if you want to find out more information and subscribe to my service, you can go ahead and click right here and on click to confirm. And when they click on click to confirm, that's effectively what's going to change them from that pending status into that active, into that confirmed status. And they're going to start receiving regular emails from you at whatever intervals you decided to send them. So that's getting clients into the service. Let's right now go ahead and click on me. So I'm going to use myself as an example. I just wanted to show you how to get a new client in there, but here's an existing client. I'm about to click on myself. And you can see a little bit of data about when was I originally brought into the service and for what property. How many properties do I have associated with me? Now, I use this as a demo account. So again, you can have clients have as many properties as they want. Maybe they got a property in Ohio that they want to know information about. Maybe they're snowbirds. They go down to Florida and they want to know more information about properties down there. Maybe you've got vacationers and they want to know more about those homes. So all you need to do to add a property for them, even if they've already, again, accepted for being in for one property, you can add a secondary property if you want to. As I mentioned, when you click on add a new property, all you need to do is put in that information here, but it does need to autocomplete. As I mentioned, you need to have an address that we recognize that we're going to get in there and we're going to kind of see as an accurate property that we can provide you information for. You can see I've got 5 properties for this particular client. Also, as I mentioned, I've been using this as a demo account for years. So I've got tons of properties that I've removed for this client too. And you can always see where those removed properties are. Notifications. You'll be able to see the emails that were sent out to your clients too. Here's one that was opened recently. I can even view it and see what it looks like. So here is the ongoing emails that your clients will end up getting. Hey, the value of your property is increasing. Here's the value on your home. Please contact me if you have any questions or if I can be of any assistance to you. Remember, that was some of the text you could change in one of those templates too. In fact, here's a version of that email right here. So there's that same version I just showed you, what that email looks like and how you can kind of see it and you can kind of preview it. But here's the email itself that actually went out to my client. So we'll close out of there. And then contact information. You can also change the contact information for your particular client down there if you like to as well. And again, you can see exactly what's happened with them. All right. At this point, I think what I want to do is I want to sort of explore what it's going to look like for you, for your clients. So I've showed you again how to get your clients into the service, how to set up your branding, how to add new properties for them, and to kind of see what individual clients have been doing. So, for example, again, if I just sent out this email to my client, when they go ahead and click on more about this home's value, where they end up. So again, don't forget, I've been showing you how to set all this up as an agent, but where your clients are going to end up is in an interface that looks a lot like this. So when they click on the link within that email, now I'm not operating as an agent anymore. I'm talking about your clients and what they're going to see about this property now. So it's that same property on 1350 Northeast Eleanor in Jensen Beach. You can see how often they're getting emails every 4 weeks. Your contact information is up here at the top. So if your clients have any questions about what's going on, or, hey, my value doesn't look right, or I want to change some things, they can contact you here. And then they get into the details about their home. So number one, we say this home is worth $615,000. And we think this is an excellent value. So if you want to know more about how we basically make these values on these properties, you can kind of read more about it here. How good is this estimate? My friend Scott here has put together a nice little 2-minute video that tells you a little bit about AVMs and how we create them and how to use them. And actually, I'm going to dip back on you for just 1 minute because you can see this is a value that CoreLogic puts on this property, $615,100. Now, again, I'm operating right now as your client, as you can see. But what I want to point out is, oops, sorry about that. Let me stop that for a moment. There we go. But what I want to point out is back in ePropertyWatch for you, see that $615,100 estimate right there? That's the estimate that, again, we're going to change up, every once in a while. But see how when I hover over it, it says you can override it by entering a custom value. Maybe you look at the value for this property and you say, no way, this property is worth $700,000. So if you put that value in there, understand that that's the value that's going to go out to your client now. But also keep in mind, it is now up to you to update that value periodically. If you just leave it to us, we will continue to update that value over and over again at various intervals. If you put in a custom value, it's then up to you, 6 months from now to go ahead and say, you know what, this house is now worth $750,000, or it's now worth $675,000. You'll have to change those things. It does give you the power to do it, but again, you're going to need to edit it to make any changes to it. So I just wanted to point that out. All right, so here is that value that, again, if long as you haven't manually put that in there, this will continually update. This is the change in value. As of February 13th, since the property was purchased just last year, it's only gone down 1% in value. It was bought for $620,000. We estimate the equity at about $125,000. Also, we've got a mortgage balance of $489,000 down there as well. Current mortgages will show here too, so you can see that there was a mortgage in the amount of $496,000 that was taken out. Here's the total payments and the total balance. The other thing that we give your clients the ability to do is they can delete this mortgage if it's something they've already paid off. They can edit the details on this mortgage if they find something is inaccurate about it. So they can say, actually, go to edit details again. They'll say, no, maybe I took out a $500,000 mortgage and my balance is currently $450,000 because I've been paying it off a lot quicker than normal. And maybe my rate is actually 3.5% on a 25-year. And they can go ahead and they can save those changes. And then it'll, of course, change some things around for them too. They can add a second mortgage if they want to, or even a third mortgage as well. So they can make changes, of course, to any of this information. All right, here's your estimated value compared to similar properties. And here are those similar properties in the area. So you can see the star indicates where your subject property is. And then, of course, you've got number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all your different comparable properties in the area. So here they are, number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, properties that have been valued or that have sold recently. And you can click into the details for any of them anytime that you want to. Speaking of details, we'll move to that next. And now your clients can take a look at, again, a little map showing where the property is located and seeing where it is sort of in relation to, your cross streets and your bodies of water and things like that. And then all the tax information about the home. So what type of property it is, the location of the home, and then the physical characteristics and last sale and tax assessments, all of which notice have little basically edit buttons next to them. So if your client's finding that there's something inaccurate about their property, they want to change this from a 3-bedroom to a 4-bedroom, they can do that if they want to. The other thing that this characteristics section is doing here is it's showing you where your property sort of lies in terms of the rest of the properties in the neighborhood. This house was built in 2000. Looks to me like most of them were built in the 1990s. This property has about 1,733 square feet. Most are a little bit smaller than that. This is a 3-bedroom property. Many are 2-bedroom properties. It's got 2 full baths, which is what most properties have. And again, you can see how many stories it has too compared to other properties in the neighborhood. Additionally, down here under features, same sort of thing, different interface. We've got central AC in this property, which is similar to 72% of other nearby properties. It's concrete block construction. Only 58% of properties in the neighborhood are concrete block construction. It's got an attached garage, which is similar to 77% of other properties in the area. So you can get an idea as to how your property measures up, with other properties in the area. You can even add new features if you'd like to as well. So you can add any of these different types of extra features that you want to, just to give us a little bit extra information about your home. Neighborhood highlights is next. These are not designed to be comparables. These are designed to basically show you, I would say, the extremes in your neighborhood. What is the priciest home in the neighborhood at $703 per square foot? What is the largest home in the neighborhood at 8,500 square feet? What's the smallest? What's the biggest lot, the smallest lot, the newest home, and the oldest home was built in 1884. So it just gives you some ideas to what the extremes are in that neighborhood. Also, here's an entire, basically, transaction history. When was the property sold? Was a loan paid off? Was there a lien taken out? Did it go off market? Did it go on the market? When was it purchased? All the way back to 1988. We've got sales going back to 1988 when this property was purchased originally for $67,000. So that's the entire history for that property under the details section. Next, I'm going to move over to the neighborhood tab. And the neighborhood tab is sort of that little map where that's going to let you know what's going on in the area. And it's very map centric. So the further in I scroll, the less information I'll see over here on the right in many cases, so the further out I scroll, the more I'll see like what's been going on. There's 23 new listings, 10 solds, 10 recent contracts, 3 rentals, 1 recorded sale, 13 properties are up for rent, and there's been 1 refi. And if you want to know more about any of the properties in the area, here's a property that was refied $97,000 2 months ago. All you have to do is go ahead and click on it. And you go into those same details about the subject property that we're looking at right now. So you can see where the property is located, all the characteristics, the last sale and assessment data, the neighborhood highlights, and anything else you need to know about the details of those properties. So that's how that map works. You can just hover over any of those. This is a new listing that was put up 2 months ago. You know, all the ones in pink, that's a recent contract 5 days ago. Here's one in blue. That one's been up for rent for $2,400 20 days ago. And you can just see what's going on in your neighborhood here too. And then lastly, there's the trend section. So your clients can see what's going on with prices. Where have they been going over the past 10 years? How about distressed properties? Where have they been going over the past 10 years? Always nice to see those on a decline. Sales volume for 34957. Again, all by zip code. You can see all the different types of sales and where they've spiked and where they've dipped. And then we get into some different risk factors. So you're going to get into things like how many homes have negative equity, how many homes are 90 days delinquent, and then the average adjusted gross income, income types, and even the average refunds and taxes that are due for this zip code. So again, a lot of these leading indicators, they're going to kind of, you know, predict some of the trends that you might see coming in this neighborhood. So we're just trying to give your clients as much detail as possible about their home and about the homes that are surrounding their home, so that they've got a little bit more information about what they think might happen with their properties in the future. So that's effectively what your clients do with ePropertyWatch. They receive the emails, they click into the emails, and they get to be here. They get to see the value, they get to see the details, they get to peruse the neighborhood and see what's happening lately, and they get to see what the trends are in their neighborhood too. All right, so I'm going to take off my client hat for just a moment again and go back into being an agent again. There's a couple other things that I haven't showed you here at ePropertyWatch yet. Number one, we went over the dashboard a little bit, but it does, again, just sort of show you what's been going on at a glance. So you can see, of the clients that I've invited into the service, 6 of them have confirmed, 3 of them have not. So that's what this little sort of circle chart is telling me here. Same thing here with the clients. Again, when were they invited? How many have been invited? How many have actually confirmed? And you can, again, go into actual individual clients here if you want to as well. Of your subscription emails, how many were opened? How many were clicked? How many were sent? And what's your open rate too? And then lastly here under reports, you actually get even more information, sort of in that same chart format. You can see how many clients have been invited, which source they were invited by. So if you're using the widget, how many clients signed up for your service using the widget? How many signed up because you sent them an email? Same thing here with the properties, very similar to what you saw on that dashboard. Again, showing you how many emails have been sent, how many have been clicked, and how many have been opened. And then a few more breakdowns by these pie charts. So you're going to get to see, for example, the number of properties that each client has and how frequently you're emailing those clients, and even how active some of your clients have been in here too. So that's really everything you need to know about ePropertyWatch. Again, totally free service for you, unless you choose to use some of those marketing tools, or you choose to increase the number of clients that you're going to bring into the service. So don't forget, I'm hoping that we're going to have this ePropertyWatch link fixed for you soon. It's also down here in your external links. But don't forget, you've got the ability to go just out to ePropertyWatch.com. And when you go out to ePropertyWatch.com, if you want to sign up for a new service while that link is broken, just click on that free trial. Sign up now. You can even learn a little bit more about ePropertyWatch. Again, why do agents love it? Do a deep dive with my good buddy Scott here. And again, read a little bit more about what you know about ePropertyWatch and what you want to sort of impart to your clients. You can download a brochure if you want to here too. And again, we'll give you all the details about ePropertyWatch and how it works. Don't forget, you do always have to select your association down here. So go into Florida and go into the Realtors Association of Martin County. And then again, you can get started with that 2,500 clients. You're the sponsor. Get your clients in there however you want, completely free for you. And what you end up doing, of course, once you get signed up for ePropertyWatch is, clicking too many times, is you'll get here into ePropertyWatch, start getting your clients into the service. Again, either add them manually, import them if you want to, and then, of course, make sure you've got a property assigned to them and send out that initial email to them. When they get that initial email, again, it's going to look a lot like this. Hey, dear my client, the value of your property is increasing. Don't forget, your contact information is all up there at the very top. We're going to right off the bat tell you what we think this property is worth. People are going to be excited. They're either going to click on Tell Me More to find out more about it, And then they're going to, again, confirm that subscription so that they can get those regular emails from you. And then that's all you have to do. You sit back and relax. There's really nothing else for you to do except come in here every once in a while and see what's going on with some of your clients. Take a look at your dashboard, who's been clicking through some of your emails. And you've got a nice little email drip marketing campaign that CoreLogic is providing for you for free. With that said, folks, I don't have too much more to talk about today as far as ePropertyWatch is concerned. Let's see in the chat. I do see, okay, well, it looks like hopefully my voice has been okay for you guys for most of the time. Hopefully you guys have been able to hear me. We did record this too, so you'll have that available for you afterwards. But I'm happy to open it up to any questions. If anybody might have any, happy to answer any of verbally if you'd like to. All right, so I'm assuming everybody liked what they saw today about ePropertyWatch. Again, great new service. Been around for you for a while, but great service that you might not have been aware of before. But again, hopefully I've showed you all the good ways to sign up for it, get your clients signed into it, and get everybody off and running on ePropertyWatch. I do appreciate your time. If there's nothing else, I imagine we can sign off. But thanks very much for all of your time, and I hope you have a great rest of your week. All right, take care all.